Hey everybody, thank you for joining me today. I'm so glad you came in for a video. I had talked to you about trying to do a heart to heart video and I forgot to entitle it Heart to Heart with Thelma and Friends, but I'll change it. I think I'm going to start doing like a live title and then I'll switch it up. But let me see. What I want to talk about today is motivation, lack of motivation, how we get our motivation and all of that. Because, Dawn, how are you? You off today? How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Because, okay, I was going to talk about trying to get back to exercising because this is the time I used to go exercise at 9 o'clock. It's going to be 9 in a little while, 8 o'clock. And my gym is open till 10, and I have not had the motivation to go back in there. And I don't know why. I think different things have been keeping me back, getting really busy with the channel, getting really bit, but I used to do it anyway. I used to actually record in there once in a while. I think I even did a video one time from the spa when I was recovering from my shoulder surgery. And, really, when you get to be as old as I am, everything starts hurting. And you start thinking, I really need to build muscle. I really need to get back in there. That's the whole reason you joined. And I joined an all women's gym. And so I wanted to start the show by telling you that this was my motivation today. Girl Scout cookies. Because as I was leaving work on Friday, there was some cute Girl Scout. She wasn't even soliciting her cookies. I just saw the box of cookies and I was like, "Oh, Girl Scout cookies." And she's like, and I said, "Are you selling them now?" She said, "Well, we can take orders." And then I said, "Oh, okay, well, I'll take some orders." And then the band director, really nice gentleman, he's new at the school. He says, "Are you taking my cookies?" And I said, "No, I'm not. I was going to order some." And then I said, "But it's actually the month of love, February and so forth." And he goes, "You're absolutely right. Go ahead and get yourself my cookies." He gave me a box of caramel delights. And I ate an entire row the day. What was it? It was like, it was 4 o'clock when I was leaving. On the way home, I ate an entire row of the caramel delights. And then I got home and I gave them to my husband and he ate some. And I think we still have like 2 rows left. And so then today, as I was leaving, she gave me my order. And just when I was thinking, I really need to get back in the gym, I really need to stop what I'm doing. I have this horrible habit of right after I eat dinner, I want a semi-dessert, so I'm going to have to buy mints or something. I don't know, something just to crave that because it's a habit. And the more you eat that sugar, the more you crave it. That's an absolute fact. And I know exactly what it means. But I have to share with you, as I was opening this box right now to show it to you, I had it with me. She gave it to me at 3 o'clock. A beautiful Hallmark card. It was in an envelope and everything. And this sweet little girl that I don't even know, she's not in my class. I think she's actually, I think she's an 8th grader. She says, "Thank you so much for buying the Girl Scout cookies and supporting our troop." When was the last time someone wrote a thank you note? I was just pondering this the other day as well. Because many times I send gifts, and not to anyone here or anything, but, relatives or whatnot, I'll send a graduation gift or something. And it's so nice to get a thank you note. And there's times that you don't, and you're wondering, should I call them and let them know if they got it or whatnot? But I digress, of course. But that made me feel really good that she actually did that. That was so gracious. I don't see that kind of etiquette anymore. It's a wonderful thing. I wish it would come back. But anyway, so I am going to be checking out of here at about 15 till 9, if not sooner, so that I can start making that trek out there because I feel so bad about it. I'm paying these fees, and I'm sure some of you guys have run into that. Yes, they are the devil. You're absolutely right. Where you join the gym, and I had been a member since 2013. I think that's when I lost about 40 pounds. And I was going every day, and I was fit, and I still really, I think I've gone up like 1 size. So I'm not like really, completely a derelict in that regard. I try not to overeat and all of that, but I have that sweet tooth that will not leave me alone. And so what I'm going to do tomorrow, I will definitely eat some, but I will definitely share them with my class. So that's going to be it. I'm going to give them as motivators or what the kids in these grades, they are always hungry for anything. Yeah, and it's really, really nice to have that. Like I said, when you have to ask someone, hey, did you get the gift? Because, it may have gotten lost in the mail or something. It's just a really, really beautiful habit that that people should continue to have. I don't remember who it was. Maybe it was here on YouTube, someone who said that their mother would not let them have their Christmas gift until they wrote a thank you note to the gift giver. I think that's a really great idea. And if I had kids, I'd do it again. But we can't always live our lives over again, right? But anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about today, and how, things motivate us to do things again. I really have to, when I used to work out quite a bit and I was there every other day, I used to buy workout gear. I would buy, and you can't always afford everything you want to do, right? But I would buy at the thrift store. I would buy some, some Lululemon and some really nice tops. I'd go on Posh and I'd buy those tops. I had some nice sneakers, and that's what I'm going to start doing again. I mean, I think I'm down to like black leggings is probably all I have, and a couple of tops. But I really am going to start doing that so that I can motivate myself to come home, get over there by 9 o'clock, or maybe even switch it completely around and do it in the morning. I know a lot of people do it in the morning, or they do it after work. I have quite a few teachers that have actually invited me to go walking around, and, because we have a wonderful park that's right there by the school, and they've invited me to go at lunch, and I haven't done it, but I don't know. I'm just not the kind of like buddy type of person all the time. I really feel like I do things a lot better alone sometimes. And even working out, I know that I belong to this gym that's 10 minutes away. And some of my neighbors are also members there. And I remember a few times they said, hey, let's go. Call me when you're there. And I could just never do that. That doesn't work for me. Maybe it does for you. I don't know how you guys feel about it. Let me say hello to a couple of people that just popped in, because I do want to acknowledge you guys and thank you for being here. But let me know how you feel about that, whether it's for working out, eating right, or doing your listings on eBay or something. What is it that motivates you to do it? Do you work better with a buddy system? I never really have. I don't know why. I really don't. But I do get inspiration from people. Like last night, I went and had dinner with my sister. I was supposed to have dinner with my mother as well, but she's turning into a recluse and did not want to leave the house. She said she wasn't feeling well and so forth. So then she called me and she's like, I'm sorry, don't be mad at me. But, sometimes I got to pull her out of the house. But being with my sister last night motivated me because she showed me a picture of herself from last year. And she lost 40 pounds. And she lost it not so much because she went on this crash diet or anything like that. She really just stopped the sweets and the snacks and the late night things. And then she works at a job where she does a lot of exercise, walking. She's always walking around for the entire day. Pretty much she has to walk around or stand up. So that was not a problem for her, the movement part. But she just finally realized that she was using that food as a stress reliever. And that is such a killer. So we know Jude was here. Dawn was here. She's the first one here, but she's saying hi to Julie. That's what I said Jude a minute ago. And I think Liz is here. Liz, how are you doing? You work better on your own as well? I do too. Oh, tacos. See, and I'm not the salty. I do like salty, spicy stuff, and the hotter the better. But my habit, and I had broken that habit, but I got back to it, was as soon as I would finish eating dinner, I have to have a cookie. I have to have this. I've even gone so far as work. If I don't have a cookie or something sweet, I will get my granola that I keep in my desk for my yogurt, and I will take a scoop of granola just because it's sweet, and I feel like I have to have something sweet. And then it's incredibly crazy, really crazy. Jen is here. Oh. Well, at least you'll write the thank you notes. Yeah, that was the sweetest thing when I was just thinking what a lost art a thank you note is. It really, really, and especially for Girl Scout cookies. I don't think I've ever, and I've bought from many Girl Scouts, some who've been daughters of my friends and my students, and I always order from my students, whether they're selling candles or whatever. If they ask me, I buy. That's just the way I am. And then, sometimes 5 of them will ask you. So I'll buy like one box from one and one from the other. But this time I solicited her. I was the one that was like, let me have those cookies. Yeah, if there's no group challenge. So I can't do a group challenge either. I mean, I get motivated like listening to people who are going to get on a kick or whatever. Like I said with my sister, she showed me that picture of her and I was like, I don't even remember you looking like that. I mean, I just didn't, I guess because you see them pretty often and you just don't notice it, right? But she said, yeah, look at how big I was and so forth and so on. And she's just looking so pretty. And, I'm just so proud of her for doing that. But it was also because of the way she was feeling. She was feeling tired. She couldn't get those treks across where she has to work, and she'd come home so exhausted and depressed and she couldn't sleep. And, they say it's all a cycle. If you can't sleep, you gain weight, you eat, you stay up, you eat. I need to try to get to bed earlier too. Virginia's here. Sandra, Julie, how are you? And Christine as well. Thank you again, guys. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way in. And if you have any questions or anything that's on your mind, let me know. But that's what's been on my mind lately. You're afraid to go back to the gym because you used to be an athlete. Oh, that's horrible. See, that's the way I used to be too. Not an athlete. I was never an athlete. I absolutely hated gym, hated basketball, hated everything. I still have nightmares of when we had to do some kind of thing that they said it was mandated, and we had to do so many what do you call it, chin-ups against a bar on a doorway. It was ridiculous. Ever since then, or when nobody would pick me for basketball, I could care less. Nobody would pick me for baseball, for anything. So no, that was never me. But I was definitely motivated to go when I lost that weight, and that's what made me lose it. I stopped eating after 6. I ate, breakfast and lunch, but I made it a smaller meal as the day went along, and I would not snack. I was definitely dedicated to not eating after 6 and get that gym. I would go to the gym when I first lost the weight. I would go every day except weekends, and then I started going every other day because my gym's closed early. They have different hours. Nana's 4MZ is here. Nora and Kathy Spencer, Rose Bill as well. I'm glad everyone's doing well. Happy Monday to everyone. But you're going to the gym tomorrow. It's a good thing to do. It really is. And the thing is, like, another thing that got me thinking, every time I walk into the Goodwill, I don't know if your Goodwill is the same, probably, but they play the best music. Or I'm listening to the radio and I listen to the modern music that's on right now, that, Buzz or whatever it is here in Houston. And the music, I mean, I'm literally dancing behind the wheel like a fool. And I know people may see me dancing or moving. And I'm like, why am I sitting here dancing in my car when I can go join a Zumba class? I can get on a bike. I can get on the treadmill. I can have the thing blaring in my beats and I can move. And I love music. I absolutely love it. And I cannot listen to music and stay still. I just can't. I've been known to do a lot of crazy things when music is on. And if I've had a couple of glasses of wine, but that's neither here nor there. The physical standards. Oh my gosh, I hated that. I always wished I was athletic. I just envied the girls who could play baseball and do all that good stuff. I could never do it. And I went to an all-girls Catholic school, so there was some pretty formidable athletes in that situation, but I was not one of them at all. No, but those cookies are evil. You're absolutely right, and I'm not gonna eat them all. And I'm not even gonna leave them here because my husband shouldn't be eating them either. He's turning into a real cookie monster too, a total sweet fiend, just insane. But yeah, so hold me accountable, guys. Starting Monday is usually my day that I'm like, yeah, I have to get there, and then I can get on a little pace where. Yeah, I went Monday. Then I'm going to try to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, maybe take Thursday off because they say you should let your muscles relax. But I'm just starting. My muscles have been relaxed enough. They really have. I'm just starting back up. I haven't gone steadily to the gym in 3 months. I've gone like twice a week, and then I skip like a whole week, and then it's, I mean, and it you can tell I'm just not fit, and I mean, I don't get tired, and I do use the stairs at work. I work upstairs, and I take the stairs, and I see people that are younger than me. My one of my supervisors, the head of the department, she's about 15 years younger than me, but she's very, very heavy, and she can no longer take the stairs. Her knees are shot, and I keep thinking, and she's like, oh, I can't take the stairs. I'll meet you down there. I'm gonna take the elevator. And so I'm like, I don't want to get there. I don't want to get to the point where my bones and my knees and everything starts giving out because of the weight. And not only because of the weight, but because you don't use them. If the muscles get atrophied if you don't use them. And so I just don't want to see myself that way. So I use the stairs as much as I can. I walk. I don't park at the nearest place when I go to the mall. I don't worry about parking the nearest, because I just don't want to be there. I don't take blood pressure medicine, and that has nothing to do with weight all the time. It can, but I know a lot of young people who are fit and have to take blood pressure medicine, so I don't want to offend anybody. But I don't have to take any meds like that or anything right now, and that's the way I want to keep it. That's the way I want to keep it. I want to to be able to move around as much as I can and fit into the clothes I want to wear, and not say, oh, I got to wear this, I got to wear that, I can't wear this, I have to, because I don't feel comfortable with this or the other. I can only wear, what do you call it, drawstring pants. I don't want to be there. I really don't. So that's what I'm just going to try to motivate myself that way. Like I said, it's not a group thing. That doesn't do it for me. I don't want to call my buddy and say, go with me. I've never, ever done that. I don't know why. I just can't do it. I know a lot of people do that, and that's wonderful, especially here in Houston. A lot of people love to go to, we have a huge park, not as big as Central Park or anything, but it's Memorial Park. And it is in the center of the city, and people drive, especially on weekends, they drive to Memorial Park in order to run that track and walk that track. And they do it as a buddy system. And, it's like a thing, especially for the younger people. It's even can be a little social, and people meet each other and get married and all that. I've heard some love stories, actually. But, that's just never been me. I just have to do it my way, which is, again, I'm going to buy some nice workout outfits. I'm not going to go spend $50 on a pair of leggings. I'm going to go to the Goodwill and buy something that's nice. And, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to buy some magazines that talk about fitness, and hopefully don't talk about any politics, because my magazines have been corrupted by politics. I can't stand it. But I'm hoping I can find that, because that motivates me too. Just looking at different meal plans and looking at, success stories and that kind of thing. And just try to, you have to, in my opinion, the way I have to do it is to constantly feed that motivation. If I don't, then I'll just let it go to the wayside again. And I know I can do it. I don't know, I kind of fall all in on something. My husband always tells me, when you do something, you go all in. It's not halfway. So that's what I'm hoping to do again. But again, it's so easy to fall prey to, oh, I got to do this, or, oh, I got to do that. And you know what? It's always going to be there. I'm always going to have to prepare for a meeting. I'm always going to have to ship. I'm always going to have to list something. I'm always going to have to answer. And I like to answer you guys' comments, all of that. But I have been able to do that with my device on the bike and everything, not on the bike, on the treadmill at the gym. And it's just been an excuse. It really has. But I don't know. I just think, like I said, having dinner with my sister last night was very, very motivating for me. And not only that, but rewarding myself with something like that. Because, we went to a nice little restaurant, had some seafood, and she had a beer, I had a beer. She had 2 beers. She had 2 beers, I had 1 beer. And we had a long, leisurely conversation. We were there for like 2.5 hours, And after we ate salads and oysters and drank 2 beers, I was saying, we did pretty good. I didn't order the fried food like I normally want to order, fried shrimp and, the big old fisherman's platter or something there. I was able to quell that craving. and she went along with whatever I wanted to order. So we had a great conversation and talked about bettering ourselves, in that way, and talked about a lot of other things that I think, I don't know, it kind of made me feel like, you work so hard at what you do. I do, she does. And we feel like we're treating ourselves maybe wrong. And I hate that. I hate feeling like, oh, I'm eating here and my family's not eating with me, and my husband never makes me feel that way. He knew where I was going and everything. So it's not that. It's just a matter of this like internal guilt that we tend to feel. And I think, I don't go on exotic vacations. Can't afford them. And I'm really not inclined to go any particular place right now. But I feel like when you can treat yourself to something like that and, spend a little bit more than you normally would on a nice dinner, it's a good motivating factor too, because you're rekindling those friendships with your family. It's so easy to not see your family. It's so easy to hold grudges with maybe somebody said something to you at a Thanksgiving dinner once, or someone wasn't as nice to you as they should have been. It's so easy to just hold on to those grudges. And again, I'm just drifting off because I'm just like thinking of all these things that I thought about when we had that dinner last night, because we started talking about family and all of that, and troubles here and mending here and all of that. And that's a good thing. It's a good thing to mend when you can. And it's a good thing to treat yourself when you can. And it's wonderful if your mother will join you, if we're blessed with our mothers, and if we're blessed with good relationships with those around us. We don't all have a good relationship with our family. But when you do, I think it's a good thing to treasure it. I think it's a good thing to tell each other, what you do for each other, how you admire them in some way. I was telling my sister last night, not only was I proud of her about losing the weight, but because she was telling me about someone else who had suffered this tragedy in their lives and lost a daughter and something at a very young age as well. And she said, but I admire her so much because she goes on and she, volunteers here and she works here and she helps other people. And I was like, wow, I can't believe you're saying that when you're the same way. I'm looking at you and I'm seeing that in you, because she lost her daughter at the age of 19 and she continues to smile and she did it, I'm not saying she wasn't in shock and she didn't suffer and she still doesn't have that broken hole in her heart. She does, but she still finds ways to help other people. It's like people are always number one with her. It's always like she's second. And I admire that about her so much, but it's just the way she is. She's always telling me, oh, my friend here needs this, or I need to go help my friend do this, or I'm going to my friend's wedding. It's her second wedding, or I'm going to go out of town because my friends invited me here, because she's got this huge heart and she didn't let a tragedy ruin her life. And I think about that all the time. And I looked at her and I said, I can't believe you're even saying that about someone else and you don't see it in you. When I see it in you, and I admire that so much. And I look at her and I just want to cry. I just, I can't believe that she even went on with her life, but she did. And not only did she go on with her life, she went on to make other people's lives better. And she works in a kind of I've told you before, in luxury business, but she works around a lot of young people. And she was telling me about what they did for her birthday. And they threw her a surprise party at work and they gave her this. And so sent her this from Europe. And it doesn't surprise me because that's the way she is. And it's not that she gives gifts. It's that she gives of herself. And I admire that about her. I wish I was more like that. But that's the kind of people I want around me. And I'm very lucky to call her my sister. I really am. But I have definitely, like I said with you guys, found motivation with a lot of you as well. Your notes and your comments and your videos, those of you who make content, and your tokens of friendship mean a lot to me as well. They really do. And today, that's what I wanted to talk about. It is the beginning of something that I want to start. I hope I I hope I don't drop the ball. I'm not going to kill myself or hate on myself if I do, because we all fall, but that doesn't mean that we fail. And that's what I meant by the title. That doesn't mean we fail if we quit this and quit that, or whether it be food or relationships or anything, and then we go back to it and we trust more than we should, or we give someone a chance. I think if they mess up, it's on them. And again, I know I'm everywhere, but I feel like things kind of just feed off of each other, whether I'm talking about relationships or I'm talking about food or I'm talking about getting to the gym. It all comes back to your state of being and what do you want to sit here and, because I do that. I'll sit here and I'm like, oh, I'm too busy. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And then I wind up getting so sleepy. I just want to go to bed, And so that's why I'm saying I want to do the 9 o'clock workout. I may even think about packing a bag in my car. So, and so that's why I'm saying I want to do the 9 o'clock workout. I may even think about packing a bag in my car so that it's good to treat yourself as long as you're not doing it every day. Yeah. And that goes with, like, I don't like restricting like a keto diet or anything like that. I feel like that's total doom for me. I have to have what I want to eat at least once a week. My husband just went to get something to eat at our favorite restaurant down the road. We don't cook too much here anymore because it's just us two. And sometimes he's already eaten a late lunch or I have. So we don't really plan that way. Once in a while I cook. And he says, do you want me to get you something? I said, no, I want to start I want to turn a new chapter and I don't want to eat after 6. And if you want, you can call me like at 6. 6 or so on a Friday, and maybe I'll let you bring me a burger or something, but I don't want to sit here and eat dinner. Yeah. And what I used to do too, we should do that. Definitely. I used to check in on Facebook and because, everybody would like it. And I had friends who were doing it as well. And they'd be checking in at their gym. So I would do the little check-in. And that way I knew it was kind of a way for me to count how many times I had gone. And I wanted to go at least 4 times a week. So that's a great idea, Dawn. Thank you. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do it like that or check it off in a calendar, because if you don't go at least 3 times a week, it's like not going at all. It's just the absolute truth. So I'm hoping to do that. And especially the weights, guys. Oh my gosh, the muscle. We were at my mother's doctor's recently, and he was telling me about, her muscle deterioration and things that happen with age, right? And he says, see, that's why we both need to go to the gym. It's like, you're right. I know. You're absolutely right, because you just lose it. And the weight bearing is so, so important. So I'm definitely going to do that. I have a wonderful gym. It is literally 5 minutes from my house. It's for all women. It's fabulous. And I'm paying $20 a month just for nothing. So I'm there. Definitely, again, I'm definitely going to buy the magazines that motivate me, buy me a couple of tops or something, maybe at least, some leggings, some colorful leggings or something. I've already got the shoes. I've got some really flashy shoes. I may buy me another pair, see what happens. I haven't been on Zappos in a while. Do you guys like to buy on Zappos? They have a good clearance sometimes on their shoes. Dumbbells for the home. Yeah. And I actually want to get a treadmill. I used to have a really nice treadmill. I had it for a good 10 years, so it was nice, but it broke, and I think they fixed it, or they sent me the stuff to fix it, and I was able to fix it. I thought I liked going there because I like the music. I like seeing the people. It's my only chance to watch TV. I never watch TV, even though it's only the captions or the, whatever, where you can read it. You can't really hear it unless you want to. I think you can tune into one of the channels. I get to look at the magazines, but they stopped having the magazines, or people steal them. What is wrong with people? Why do they steal the magazines? And then none of us have magazines anymore. But I'll take a book or something, and or I'll work on editing a video or something out there. And it's what I used to do. And it's just, like I said, once you get complacent to not doing it, it's so, so hard to do it again. But I'm definitely going to start doing it again. At this age, you cannot sit around. You'll just get weak. I even had a neighbor who was in her 80s. She had to walk every day. She would tell me, I have to keep walking because if I don't, I'll get pains. And she was in her 80s. And I think she died at like 89, 90 years old. But till that day, she was walking. She'd tell me, I'm only going to go 2 times around the block. And she would do it. You smoked your cigarettes too, so that may have been a problem. But you know what? We all have a little vice, right? At least she was exercising. All right. Good job, Dawn. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. It looks like my husband has just finished his dinner. I hear him kind of pitter pattering over there. Oh, are you really? Yeah, absolutely. Let me see what else people said. Yeah, absolutely. It's so, so true, Dawn. So much time wasted with drama, and everybody, this side said this and this side said that, but it's because you did this. And then in the end, your family and it's what you have. And you don't have to be buddy buddy again, but you have to acknowledge that you're family and respectful and cordial. And if you can rekindle that friendship you once had with a family member and forget about everything, I think that's a good thing. And like I said, whether it's a family member or like I said, a relationship or something, if you can mend that and put it past you, I don't think anybody else should say anything. No one should tell you you're a fool. No one should tell you you're trusting, you're too trusting. No. Because again, if they fail you, it's on them now, right? So write my goals on that whiteboard. Absolutely. Yeah, sister time. Oh, it was so good. We sat down for 3 hours and we talked a lot about a lot of things. And another thing, I took her some earrings because she busted the earlobe, remember? And somebody else was talking about it in the chat. It just all of a sudden she put an earring on and it dropped. And she's like, oh my God. See, luckily I have two. I'm putting out mine now at the top sometimes. And she said, bring me some clip-on earrings. And I brought her like 7 pairs. And I told her to bring me the stuff that she sells and everything. And she brought me some. But those earrings look so great on her. And here I'm thinking, am I ever going to sell those clip-on earrings? Nobody ever needs clip-on earrings, but they do sell. And I know they sell. And they look so good on her. And she looks so cute. So that was a good thing. We exchanged goods and everything. And we had a wonderful time. And I hadn't seen her since Christmas. It's ridiculous. Since Christmas, I had not seen her, and we live in the same city. So, but she works crazy hours. She has different shifts all the time. Sometimes she gets out at midnight, and sometimes she goes in at 4 a.m. So it's definitely not an easy thing. And then, I started doing auctions on Facebook. I started doing this. I started doing that. I try to be consistent with my videos, but the same gung-ho attitude that I have about YouTube, I'm going to start having with the gym. So I hope I didn't bore you today, guys, with my talk. Again, I've told you before, it's just kind of a sit-down therapy for me. I hope that you get something out of it as well. And be sure and leave me some comments. Let me know what you think about what we spoke about. Let me know if there's anything that's on your mind and you'd like to go heart to heart with it. I think it's important that we do that. Like I said, I don't want to talk religion or politics. There's too much division already. We want to forget about that here and just talk about things that we all strive for and want to do without being divisive about, build the wall, don't build the wall, Not going to happen here. Okay. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for stopping in. Dawn, thanks for being the first one here. I so appreciate it. And yeah, definitely have a great weekend. I'm going to give these away. I'm going to share. I may have one, but I'm certainly not going to sit there and eat the whole roll like I did on Friday. That's ridiculous. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. I got to get to the gym.